I pressed go live and didn't mean to, but we're going anyway. Hey everybody. Okay. Please excuse my appearance. You know, I've got my tooth pulled today, so I'm just hanging around the house. Today we're going to be talking about loving someone who struggles with addiction, okay? They could be your son, they could be your daughter, they could be your brother, they could be your sister, they could be your significant other, your mom or your dad, anybody, okay? We're going to talk about that, and I'm going to show you guys some videos I made with my mom that I think y'all are going to love. So do me a solid, like the video, share the video, and invite your friends. Do that. And I gotta get some ice water because y'all know how I am during my talks. Gotta have my ice water. Okay.
Mom, I'm hungry.
Nathaniel, what did I tell you? I said, ask Dad about that, ordering something to eat, like pizza or something. Okay? Because I'm doing the live stream, you know that. All right. I love you. Not trying to. He's not gonna get mad at you. Nathaniel, when has your dad ever got mad at you? One more thing. Okay, here I go. Okay. So, that's what we're talking about. Loving an addict. Okay. Come on in, y'all. Make sure I got a lip gloss mustache right. Pull this hair up because I'm sweating bullets today. And let's get into it. Like I said, do me a solid and share the video, like the video, invite your friends. My tooth is officially out for those of you guys who haven't got to see it yet. We are going to go right now and look up the stuff y'all told me to get real fast so I can order that. Oh. I can still whistle though. It gives me a little lisp too. Okay, so it's no secret that I'm a double whammy. That's what they call somebody that has the disease of addiction and also is in a relationship with somebody who has the disease of addiction. A twofer, right? I could go to AA and I can go to Al-Anon. I can do it all. All right. So, what I want to show you today is my mom, you guys, and I'm not trying to my mom is the shit, okay? And when she found out that I had the disease of addiction, hey Sean, she went into, I got to learn about how I can help my daughter without ruining my own life, okay? So I want to show you guys some videos and then we're going to discuss them. So let's do that first. Here we go. Which video do I want to do first? Okay, hold on. We'll just go one by one. Hey Mom, any advice you would give family members or loved ones who have a loved one struggling with addiction?
They need to find a good support system, whether that's through your local church or Al-Anon group or a recovery group of parents, especially with the pandemic going on. But you need to know that you are not alone and that the crazy that you're going through and feeling is real. Because a lot of times as relatives of people that are in addiction, you take on the same illness without the high. You really do.
And us addicts like to gaslight our family members and make them think, oh, it's not that bad, Mom. I'm fine.
Right. Exactly.
I'm fine, Mom, but I'm crawling on the ground, carpet surfing for crack rocks.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
I love you.
I want to say something. So in that video, my mom says that when you love somebody that has the disease of addiction, you take on the illness too, or you can, right? If you're not careful, you will end up exhibiting the most addictive behaviors. It just won't be around drugs. You will be addicted to fix, managing, and controlling your addicted loved one, trying to save their life constantly. How do I know that? You want to know how I know that? Ask me. Somebody ask me, how do I know that? Oh, wait. The reason why I know that is because when my husband relapsed in 2020, guess what your girl did? Your girl went into fix, manage, and control mode. And I literally did everything wrong. When I found out that Neil relapsed, I took his truck away from him. I took his debit card. I called into his job for him so he wouldn't get fired. I withdrew all of our money out of the bank account and put it in my savings account that he doesn't have access to. So basically what I was doing was I was enabling him to not hit rock bottom. I kept saving him from wrecking his truck. I kept saving him from bouncing our car payments. I kept saving him from losing his job. I kept saving him from running somebody over on the way to work. I mean, I did not even realize it. So I'm like chilling one day, right? God, I'm so hot, y'all. Sorry about that. Like, I just feel like, clammy. So I am at home one day, and I'm talking to my friend Ann. She's an older lady, okay? And she had been reading this book called Codependent No More by Melanie Beattie. Well, I was telling her about what was going on with Neil, and I was like so proud of myself because I felt like I was helping him. I was making sure that he stayed safe, you know? And she looked at me and she was like, that is codependency. She was like, you might as well just be you just might as well be getting high with him. You know what I mean? I was like, hell, you know? And I said, what do you mean? And she said, you're hindering him. You're not allowing him to experience the consequences of his actions. You keep on swooping in and saving him before the consequence comes. I never thought about it that way. How many of you moms and dads, when your addicted loved one gets in trouble, you go bail them out of jail? Or when your addicted loved one calls you and says they ran out of gas on the side of the road, you go put gas in their tank? Or when your addicted loved one gets in trouble for shoplifting and has to pay a whole bunch of fines and fees, but you just go ahead and pay the fines and fees because you know they won't pay them and you don't want them to get behind, right? You are handicapping them for life, okay? Because what's going to happen is they're going to go through life thinking that there's always going to be somebody there that is going to take care of the next step for them. And that's going to hold them back. And I'm going to tell you right now, my husband will come over here and tell y'all. His parents doing the same, my husband's parents did the same thing for him. They always were saving him from his consequence. And that's why when we got together, he was still having those behaviors. And then I started saving him from his consequences, right? The hardest thing I ever did was let go of control. That was the hardest thing I ever did. I really thought that I was doing something right, y'all. I mean, it was with all of my being, because I thought I was protecting him. Like, I was so afraid that I was going to lose my son. I was so afraid that he was going to overdose and die. Did I say son? My husband. I don't know why I said son. Yeah, I was so afraid I was going to lose my husband. Oh, and that my son was going to lose his dad, you know? That the fear of that, you guys, the fear of that took over my life. It consumed me day and night. Day and night, I would wake up crying my eyes out, worried, sick about my husband. Okay, do you know how far this fool went to deceive me? Listen to this. I was on his ass like white on rice, right? He says, oh, we got to go get some food. Let's all go to Kroger. It's 10 o'clock at night. So I'm like, okay, me and Nate will go with you. We all get in the truck. We go to Kroger. We're checking out at the self-checkout. Do you know that his drug dealer was behind us in the line? And my husband gave this man, the drug dealer, our debit card to take home with him. Did you hear what I said? What that when I tell you guys, I said, you really have gone to the next level, haven't you? I was like, he could have cleaned us out. He could have got all of our money out of there and been gone. You know what I mean? Been gone. That's how desperate my husband was to get those Klonopin from him. That he was willing to risk our fucking livelihood, dude. Okay? And knowing I'm standing right there and the dude's behind me, I didn't even know. Once I realized who it was, I went right up there to that Kroger because he worked there in the meat department. And I cussed that motherfucker out. You know, and I told him, I'll just tell you right now, I'm going to get you fired. You're going to lose your job. You know, because my husband means more to me than a fucking stupid ass job at Kroger. So, anyway, once I figured that out, that's where our debit card was. Oh, I was so mad. But Anne had started teaching me about codependency. And she was telling me that the reason why I was doing these things was because it made me feel needed. Okay? It made me feel needed. It made me feel important. It made me feel like I was protecting my husband. And it was feeding my obsession for control. Okay? So, I think a lot of us drug addicts have this issue. Like, we don't like to not be in control. So, like, we're controlling people. And I've always been like that. And so it was also like feeding that, you know, I didn't even realize it. So one day, it was around December of 2020, December 20 something of 2020, I decided I was done. I was done calling into his job for him. I was done taking his car keys. I was done saving our bank account. I gave up. And I just said, fuck it. Go to work. See you later. Went to work. Came home that night. Went to sleep. Went to work the next day. And they had called him to another store. They called him to the main store because when he got there, they fired his motherfucking ass. They fired him. And they wanted him to rat out on all the people that were there too. And of course he wouldn't do that. But they fired him. And that, my friends, was the first time that I ever really seen my husband really get a consequence, dude, for his actions of drug addiction. See, our actions, I always got the consequences. Me, okay? When Nathaniel got taken away, my husband wasn't ordered into residential treatment. I was. You know, I did the stuff. So, he needed that to happen. It saved my husband's life, you guys. When he lost that job, it saved his life. Listen to me when I tell you this. He came home. Of course, he told me what happened. And I was like, well, you know, it was bound to happen sooner or later. And I had just gotten hired with Dr. B and them. Just started. And guess what? I was so afraid that I wasn't going to be able to pay our car payments, pay our insurance, pay our rents. But I had just got that job working and I had gotten a raise and I was able to take care of us until my husband was able to find a new job. It was like 6 months later. So we went through all of that, you know, for me to learn that what I was doing was hindering him. It wasn't helping him recover at all, you know? And so a lot of you guys might be doing the same thing with your kids or your loved ones where you're trying to step in front of things to help them and protect them, but you're actually hindering them. You know what I mean? Then my mom talked about how we take on the sickness ourselves, right? Like I was saying, we become addicted to the chaos that our addicted loved one brings, okay? But if you ask us if we enjoy it, we'll tell you no, and we'll act disgusted. But the moment that our addicted loved one doesn't need us anymore, or isn't, guess what? Then we are causing chaos because we need to be needed. And I've seen this a lot with parents who, you know, they're like older parents, not younger parents usually like are out there trying to learn about addiction and stuff like that. But like older parents that are set in their ways and stuff like that, I see that a lot. So, that's That's why I think it's really important all the time, no matter what. If you're an addict, an addict, a loved one of an addict, whatever, you should be like cracking a book open and reading about the disease of addiction every day. Every day. Okay, I want to show you another video now. Hey, Mary Ellen, what's up? And listen to me. I'm not trying to make any of you guys feel bad. I'm not trying to down you or anything like that, okay? I was the same way. I was doing it to my husband. Like, I almost buried my husband because I was helping him get high. All the things that I was doing that were keeping him from reaping the negative consequences was keeping him high, honey. Oh, hell no. I didn't even realize it. I didn't even realize it. Okay, what you got to say now? Here we go.
Mom, have I ever had you under the impression that I was sober when I came over, but I really wasn't?
How many times? That's the question. It's not if, but how many times?
So was it that I had you tricked on the phone and then I came in and you realized it, or what?
No. Parents love denial. I was the queen of denial. I always knew it. You know, you get that inkling. You just know. When you have a relationship with your kids, you know when they're present.
Right.
Or whoever it is, brother, uncle, aunt, mother, daughter, you know them. And when they're not present, you know it. And a lot of times we just like to ignore that little niggling.
Right. We want to ignore it so that way we can just have fun, spend time together.
And not deal with the elephant in the room.
Right. Okay, thanks, Mom.
Okay. We got a lot to talk about there. So we're going to talk about denial. My mom even admits that my dad was more in denial than my mom was. But my mom went to Al-Anon and started learning. My dad wouldn't do that. Okay. He was like totally against it. He felt like I should be the one who's getting help, not him. So being in denial and like thinking that your child's or loved one's addiction isn't as severe as it is, or it's not that big of a deal, or just whatever it may be, right? Like Mom said, it's because we don't want to deal with it. You know why? A lot of families don't want to deal with it because addiction doesn't just come out of nowhere a lot of times, right? It's something that happens in the family unit, right? It could be maybe the mom and dad are abusive. Maybe the child was hurt somewhere when they were younger. Maybe they had trauma. Addiction could run in the family. There's just all kinds of things, but it's all intertwined within the family, you know? And so a lot of times people don't want to get involved because they're going to have to get honest, and they're going to have to tell their shit too. Because you can't expect your loved one to get sober and turn their life around and you stay the same doing the same bullshit. That doesn't work. You know what I mean? If you want your addicted loved one to be successful and to stay sober, you need to be staying successful too, right? Like, for instance, let's say Nate was struggling with addiction and me and Neil weren't drug addicts, but we drank alcohol all the time, right? And my son was struggling with alcoholism and he lived here. I wouldn't expect my son to go out and get sober and come live here and me drink here with him all the time. I would either remove alcohol from his home and do that, or we would have him stay somewhere else, you know, because at the end of the day, I want him to be successful. But that's just an example. He's only 8. You know what I mean? You ain't drinking nothing, boy. I want to see what else it said. Hold on.
Mom, have I ever had you under the...
That's the question.
How many times? She's so funny.
It's not if.
And then I came in and you realized...
Parents love denial.
Parents love denial.
I was the queen of denial. I always knew it.
She always knew it.
You know, you get that inkling. You just know. When you have a relationship with your kids.
When you have a relationship with your kids.
You know when they're present.
You know when they're present.
Or whoever it is. Brother, uncle.
Yeah, okay. So there you go. Excuse me, y'all. My mom never called me out and said, I know you're high, or anything like that. She never accused me of anything. She didn't have to. She could just look at me and I knew, you know? But my mom always let me know that when I was ready to get sober, that that there was help available. Number one thing she would always let me know. That way, when I was ready to get sober, it was like, easy peasy. Okay, y'all have any questions, or y'all have something you want to talk about? Just put it in the comments so that way I can see it, okay? But I'm fixing to go over here too. Oh, I want to talk about the difference between... So there's a lot of people that use the word enabling, okay? They throw around the word enabling. My mom made a video on this too. Let me show you. It's a good video. That's why I'm going to show it to you. Okay, here we go.
Is feeding your addicted loved one enabling?
No. If you had a dog come up on your porch and you could see they were thirsty and hungry, you might not keep them, but if you have any sense of empathy and compassion, you're going to give them food and water.
Yeah, so why wouldn't you feed your human?
Take care of somebody who means something to you. It's not enabling. That's a basic human need. People need food and they need water. They don't need money if you're giving them food and water. They don't need drugs if you're giving them food and water. They need an opportunity to be able to settle down and think clearly. And that may be all it takes for them to realize that, hey, this is not the lifestyle that I want to continue in. I'm ready for a change. But you being hateful to them and making them feel like they don't matter, which they already feel that way, or they wouldn't be using drugs, is just compounding the thing that keeps screaming in their head, I'm not valuable. I'm not worthwhile. I don't deserve a better life. Why would you do that to somebody that you care about?
And somebody that's already down anyways. Yeah.
Exactly. They're already feeling at their very lowest.
Thanks, Mom.
Okay.
Very good.
That makes me emotional when I listen to it. And I'm going to tell you why it makes me so emotional. Because when my husband struggled with his relapse, I treated him like a dog. I treated him worse than I treat strangers on the internet that I help every single day. Because you want to know why? Because it's helping people on the internet's easy. Helping people that I don't have any emotional connection to, easy peasy chicken deasy. But when it's your loved one, your husband, and I was so angry, and I was so afraid he was going to die. When I tell you guys, it was resentment, it was anger, it was jealousy that he was getting high and I'm at home, right? I was so angry at him that he could get away and not have to be responsible, and I had to be responsible, right? Oh, I was so mad. And I can remember I was yelling at him and I called him junkies and all kinds of stuff. And I was, again, talking to Ann on the phone. We were actually on a video chat. And we were on the video chat with some other girls, too. And I told them what had happened and what I had said. And that's when I told them, I said, I'm a piece of shit. I was like, I know better. I know how to help somebody that struggles with addiction. I do it every single day. I said, but I can't help my husband because I'm so connected to him emotionally that that takes over and it blinds me in my ability to be able to help him. And then I sat there and I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, how could you treat a complete stranger better than you treat the father of your child? No wonder he's not getting sober. You're cussing his ass out. Not that it's any excuse for him to continue using, but what I was doing at the beginning, you guys, was not conducive at all. And I did that for 6 months. He was in a relapse for like 6 months. When I finally stopped doing it in December, he relapsed. I mean, he got fired 2 days later and got sober. Can you believe that? All I had to do was let go of control. That's all I had to do. Hey, thanks, Amber. I'm trying really hard to talk with my new missing tooth, y'all. So bear with me. It's still kind of like, you know, because it bloody, you know, but it'll be healing up. It'll get better. So when you're trying to help somebody that you love, if you are like that, you need to pull back and say, okay, if you can't be unbiased, you need to find somebody else that can take over, okay? A lot of the times, it's best for you to find somebody else anyways, to help your loved one, because a lot of the time they look at you as the nagging person, the annoyer, the person who holds them accountable. You know what I mean? And so I would always like reach out to somebody else, you know. Life is about lessons, live and learn. It is so hard. You ain't lying. It was the hardest thing I ever did. And when I did it, when I tell you the fear that consumed me, you guys, because I kept thinking about, okay, I basically just gave him the gun loaded right back to him, right? And sent him on down his way. What's going to happen next? I was so scared. But you know what? At the end of the day, look where we're at now. It is so hot in there. I had to come in here where the air's at, because I can feel the air in here. I feel better now. So let me see what y'all are saying. You like my mama? I like her too. She's pretty cool, huh? Hey, Hope. Hey, Lisa. Okay. So that was that video. Hold on just a second, guys. I won't deny it. Okay, here we go.
What was the final straw in enabling me? And what did you guys tell other people about my addiction?
The final straw was when you called me from the gas station and asked me to call an ambulance because you were overdosing. And when I said I was going to come get you, you said no. And you drove yourself home and you were falling on the floor.
Yeah.
She found me on the floor.
I needed to call an ambulance. You were like, no, this is okay, this is normal. That's when I knew. There was no checks and balances. Like, you didn't even know how sick you were.
Right. What did you tell other people about my addiction? Did people ask you?
People that asked me, I told them the truth. Because if you don't say it out loud, it's really hard to accept.
So you didn't want to be in denial?
Yep.
What was the final straw?
So that's hard for me to watch that video. That's really hard for me to watch because I have the most amazing mother and father, you guys. They're still married to this day. My mom's Mexican, my dad's Italian, and they were just great. They were good parents, you know? And so I have so much guilt and shame around the fact that for 15, 16 years of my life, I could have been spending time with my parents and, being with my parents, right? They're getting older now. I was hurting them and they were being hurt. My parents worried about me every single fucking day, you know? And I want you guys out there to know that when I was running the streets, these thoughts didn't cross my mind, like, oh, my mom's worried about me. So I want parents to know that we're not out there just running the streets because we want to hurt you. That doesn't cross our minds. The only thing that crosses our minds is ourself and our dope. Okay? Selfish shit and dope shit, you know? So, man, she found me on the carpet and I was going through the carpet trying to find crack rocks, and she took me to the ER, okay? And it was a shit show, and I ended up leaving and getting high again. My family's going through this now. We have to keep our boundaries and let her know she is loved. Absolutely, absolutely. So, oh man, let me just tell y'all this. My mom and dad kicked me out when I was like 19, and they never let me move back in. Now, if I was sober, I could stay the night, But I couldn't stay the night no more than like 2 days, 3 days. And then they told me to leave, you know. My parents really stood their ground, you know. They had to. Because I would have taken everything if they had let me in, you know. Ugh, I was so stupid. I was just so high all the time. I was very, very sick. I wasted so much time, you know. I regret that. I regret it a lot. Because I have good parents. And I love them so much. I just wish that I could have gotten better quicker, so that way I didn't put them through what I put them through for so long, you know. When I didn't realize how bad I was hurting my family, you guys, at all. I didn't think I was hurting my family at all. I thought I was just hurting myself. Okay? And that's what I would tell myself all the time. I'm just getting high. I ain't hurting nobody. Only person I'm hurting is me. Right? What a misconception that is, right? Just because you're putting drugs into your body doesn't mean that you're not hurting all the people who care about you, you know? My mother said, good job, Heather, and you got sober, didn't you? What kind of parenting differences will you make with your son that your parents didn't do? So important to have that open, honest communication, and I think he'll be just fine. So, my mom and dad, they spanked us with a belt. Okay? So from a young age, I had traumatic events happening around discipline. All right? Me and my sisters would be so scared, we would put pots and pans in our pants and try to hide from our dad. Okay? And my dad didn't beat us. Okay? But he spanked us with the belt. And it was scary, and he was a big Italian guy, you know? So, I don't spank my son. I spanked my son one time when he was 4 years old, and I'll never do it again. Never do it again. I talk to my son about everything. He knows that I'm a drug addict in recovery. He knows that I gave birth to him while I was high on meth. He knows that the reason I got sober was because he got taken away from me. And I wanted to fight for him because I love my son, and he saved my life. He knows that. He'll tell you that. He knows what methamphetamine is. He knows what these drugs are because I've taught him. And he also listens to my live streams. He comes over here and hangs out with us all the time. My little boy is a good boy. He's a good boy. And here's the thing. A lot of parents get worried about, oh, you shouldn't be telling him about drugs. No, actually, you're wrong. I should be teaching him. I should be educating him. You know why? Because what happens when kids get curious and then you tell them no and you try to go hide from them? Baby, that gives them the green light. Then they know it's something good, you know? Because you don't want them to get it, Mom. So you know what I do with my son? I told him exactly what happened to me when I started doing drugs. I told him exactly how long it took me to get a felony possession of methamphetamine and had to go to prison. I tell him all that kind of stuff so he knows the consequences. They're serious. So yeah. A lot of people tried to like shame me for talking to my son about that, but I see kids every single day whose parents sheltered them. Okay, I was one of those kids. I was told that if I had sex before I got married, I'd go to hell. So guess what? I was having sex when I was a teenager. And I wouldn't tell my mom because I was afraid I would go to hell. What my parents should have done was they should have sat me down and talked to me about the birds and the bees, how babies are made, all right? and how I can protect myself. Oh yeah, and you know, I shouldn't be doing that. You're right, but it's water. I hope it's okay. They should have educated me about sex. All right, but they didn't, and they made like this thing that was bad, and I was going to get in trouble for it. So I started doing it. You know what I mean? My stepdaughter does not, and that's because her parents don't want her to know, which I've tried to explain why it's good to talk and not be sheltered. Yeah, and so she's already seeing it at school. Do you know when Nate was a kindergartner, he came home one day and he was talking about sex because one of the little girls in the class was. They already know all about it, okay? All about it. So, and because Nathaniel's a boy, I want him to be, you know, prepared and smart and not go around and knock a whole bunch of girls up too, you know? So we started early with him. He's really smart though too. And because me and my husband are both drug addicts, you know, we know that he has the possibility to be one too. And that's what scares me the most. When I tell you guys, I pray to God every single day, that my son does not make the same choices that I made. I pray every single day that the education that I'm helping him learn gives him I want him to know, like, there's no curiosity about that meth shit, because I know what it does. I've seen it happen to my mama, you know? I want him to know in his heart, in his core, that there ain't nothing there for him, you know? Yeah. I hope I protect him. But you know what? If he did end up coming home and being addicted, I would tell him I'm not mad at him at all. I would tell him that I love him with all my heart. He can talk to me about anything. I'm not mad. I'm not disappointed. But now we got to make a plan. How are we going to get back on track? How are we going to get better? You know? And I would be there to help him every step of the way. No matter what. You know? Because that's my boy. That's my son. So, I don't even want to think about that shit, you know? But yeah, I'm very, very honest and open with my son, y'all. Hold on, I'll show you. Okay, y'all know I had to have my mama do this video.
How do you
Hello.
feel about medication-assisted treatment like Suboxone and Methadone?
Well, it's like this. If you were a diabetic, you would take insulin. If you have a chemical imbalance and it causes you to have psychosis, you would take medication. So if you have a disease of addiction, why would you not take something that's going to help you deal with it?
Yeah, I agree.
No-brainer.
Thanks, Mom. We love you. You're famous now.
Now, this is this topic right there. I will tell you, I have so many people come to me and tell me, my parents tell me every day that I'm trading addictions. My mom and dad told me that I can't celebrate my sober time because I'm not really sober because I'm on Suboxone. Can you imagine having your parents tell you that? Okay? Do you know how happy I was to go to tell my mom and dad that I got a year sober when I got my year sober? I could not wait to hear my dad tell me how proud he was of me. You know, so when you guys come to me and you tell me, oh yeah, my parents don't accept my sobriety. It makes me so mad. So mad. It makes me very mad, okay? Because the one people that you guys should have support from is your loved ones, you know? So that's what I tell my people. If they have parents that are like that, I say, give them my number. Let me call them. Give me their number. Give me their number now. Okay, and also, I will make your family a special video. It'll be a 10-minute video all about the difference between addiction and dependency, okay? I will outline what Suboxone is and how it works in the brain, all right? And I'll outline how a person becomes addicted to drugs. And we can send it special to your family. Because You should have support. You should have support, you know, and that's what, it makes me so sad, you guys, when I know that people are not getting support from their loved ones, you know? So, hey, Amanda, if you come in here and you question the way I am, you'll get blocked. Because this is just the way I am, okay? Go watch my videos, babe. Go watch my videos. I don't stray away from being the way I am. This is just me. Me too, Taylor. So I think what happens to a lot of people, y'all, is because there's been this like stigma surrounding medication-assisted treatment. People have been told for so many years that you can only be, you know, abstinent. And if you're not abstinent, then you're not really recovered, you know? That shit pisses me off. You don't say that shit. Everybody's recovery is different, you know? And if... Hold on just one second, you guys. Okay, bye, Amanda. Have a great day. This is the shit I'm talking about. Pause for 1 second, okay? I have depression and anxiety. I'm not bipolar. I don't have manic highs and low lows. This is how I am all the fucking time. Because I don't understand. And it's because I'm passionate about what I talk about. It's because I get into it. I like talking about this kind of stuff. It makes me excited. I like helping people. Listen to me. I like making addiction and recovery informative and interesting, okay? And I want us to have a conversation that you actually enjoy listening to and don't just scroll past it, right? I'm half Italian and half Mexican. So when I get to talking, my hands get to moving and my voice goes up, you know? So I know exactly what's going on here, okay? There are a group of women in this community who are jealous as fuck, okay, that I'm successful in my life, all right? I love getting hype about recovery. That's what... Thanks, Heather. Thank you. That's all I'm trying to do, y'all, okay? Look at me. I'm a mom, okay? I'm in my son's room. I'm in my pajamas. I got my hair pulled up, and I'm just talking, you know? It makes me so mad. People like to come on here and do that because they want to see me go, oh, maybe I am acting manic. What will everybody think? You know, and then tuck my tail and get off the live stream? Fuck you, I ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? No, I'm not going anywhere. So fuck you. But even if okay, so let's say that I was manic. Let's say that I did struggle with bipolar disorder. Or whatever disorder has mania. How is that comment conducive to helping me? You know what I mean? And I'll tell you this, I have a lot of friends that are, you know, bipolar and stuff. And they can tell you that when they're manic, they love it. But it can get to a point where they don't sleep for days and days and days. My sister's bipolar. Okay, my sister was so manic, you guys, she didn't sleep for almost a week. And she was going crazy. She hated it. She wanted to commit suicide. And so, Amanda, take your stigma-pushing ass out of my motherfucking live stream and don't come back, bitch, until you change your motherfucking heart, okay? And start treating people with respect. You don't treat people like that. So, I'm done with that now. Sorry, y'all. Now, what was I saying before that person came in here? I was talking about... Because I was doing good when I was talking about it. Oh, hey, Sheila, what's up, girl? Oh, just the normal, you know, one troll a week. Or one troll a day. We've been having about one troll every live stream come through, okay? And it's always a woman. Have y'all noticed that? It's always a woman. And I got my tooth pulled today, so I have no tooth there for everybody that's new here, okay? I'm having to get partial dentures down here. So I'm getting these teeth taken away. So this one was the first to go because it was like bended out like that. I'm very, very insecure about it. But you guys have been through it, and y'all told me, hey, I had to get 7 of my teeth pulled out, Nicole. Hey, I didn't have any insurance, and my teeth just crumbled and broke. And I was reading y'all's comments about that, and I thought, how dare I come on here with my one little tooth missing, crying because I'm embarrassed of it. So I said, fuck that shit. I'm going to fucking put my little, and we're all going to just be like toothless together, you know? And I felt really bad because there's people that don't have the means or the insurance to even get their teeth fixed, you know? And I'm over here whining about having one tooth removed, you know, and I feel horrible. I'm so sorry. I'm insecure, and I wanted to share that with you guys, but I didn't think about all the other people who had it worse than me, you know? Because again, I was just thinking about me. So I'm sorry. I really am. And it's hard, listen to me. It's hard to come up here, you guys, with my tooth missing, sharing and being passionate about what I talk about. After last night, doing the same thing, and somebody doing the same thing Amanda did, and coming through here and saying, what did this person say? Something about me playing with my hair and the things that I do, you know? And it was just like a pick kind of thing, you know? So that tells me something. That tells me that there's a little crew, you know, who is like, I truly believe that it's a little crew who's jealous and they want to come over here and make me upset. You know, like, why would you want to do that? But anyways, I'm not talking about that. Let me look at what I was going to talk about next. Hold on. Allie, what's up, girl? I need moderators. Okay, let's get a pen and a piece of paper. I'm about to hire some moderators. That's what we're going to do, y'all. That will fix the whole situation. You don't have to worry about that no more.
No, like new articles.
Okay. Plug this in. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me. My room is a mess too, y'all. Oh gosh. Oh, notepad's under here. Hee. Got it. Okay. Oh, excuse me. I burped. All right, y'all. And like I said the other day, if you're coming here for perfection, I'm not the person for you. Okay, I'm not an influencer, y'all. I'm just a regular girl who makes videos. So, okay. Let me see what else I wanted to talk to you guys about real fast. Oh, I wanted to show y'all this one too. Most of y'all have seen it though.
Mom, when I was in active addiction, what did you do to ensure that you were not enabling me?
If something felt uncomfortable, then I knew I was doing the right thing.
If something felt uncomfortable, then she knew she was doing the right thing. That's true. That's true, you know? Because same with when I was trying to help my husband. When I was trying to help my husband, I was doing all these things that made me feel comfortable, right? Because I wanted to control him, because I thought I was protecting him. But what I was actually doing was setting him up for failure. And I was helping him not experience any negative consequences. So I learned that the hard way. But I'm trying to think. I know, Allie, I wanted you to be a mod. So is there anybody in here who wants to volunteer to help me moderate? So what a moderator would do, y'all, is you would be in the chat, and basically all you would do is, if somebody comes in and they're disrespectful, you give them one chance. You say blah, 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 blah to them, and then if they're disrespectful again, block their ass. It's like one time and then block. Because I don't need that. You know, I'm sitting here every evening going live taking time away from my son and my husband, all right, to come on here and try to help people and share recovery with all of you, you know? And so I don't need to be distracted by people who are trying to hurt me, you know? What is that? Okay. So if anybody wants to be a moderator, just let me know so I can put you on the list. Anyway, y'all, I think that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about, which was how addiction affects how we can help our loved ones that struggle with addiction. Jeannie, okay. Yeah, and so let me tell y'all something, okay? Like, if I make you a moderator, that doesn't mean that you have to be here every time I go live, okay? I want to pick enough moderators where, Sandra, I knew you'd be down. I want to pick enough moderators where if you're not here, somebody else will be here. You know what I mean? You didn't call me this morning at 10, did you? I just remembered that. Hey, Brielle. Hey, Christy. Okay. So, Lisa Hess. Thanks, Lisa. So, here's the thing, okay? If I make you a moderator, you guys, this is what I expect, all right? Block the fucking rude people. And if you're a moderator, I would love for you to say, when you see people come into the chat and comment for the first time, I would love to see you say, hey, welcome to the chat. Come on in, hang out with us, you know? That kind of thing. Just kind of to encourage people to engage. I was at the dentist still. Y'all, when I tell you guys, like, it's not hurting right now. It's just like, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I'm not trying to whine. I broke down crying at the dentist's office. Like, I was hysterical. And I looked at the dentist and I said, this is because of me. This is because of the choices I made. And this is because of the drugs I did. And she was like, it's okay. And I was like, no, like, it's just all hitting me at one time, you know? Like, these are the consequences of my actions. Shit. Sucks. Anyway, I love you guys so much. And I hope that when I go live and I talk about a subject that you enjoy it. Like, I really enjoy talking about them, you know?
All right, I got some pizza.
Oh, you did? Okay. Good, Sandra, good. Yeah, get it done and get it out of the way. You know what I mean? So, let me think if there's anything else I want to say today. Do you guys have anything that you need or you want to ask me before I get off here?
I can't. It's stinky.
Oh, listen to this. Y'all will be proud of me. So I went to the dentist today and they pulled this tooth. And right when I was getting ready to leave, the nurse said, do you want some pain medication? And I was like, you know, do I want some pain medication? And that's when I told her, I said, I'm on Suboxone, so I wouldn't feel it anyway. It would just be a waste, you know? And I don't think she even knew what Suboxone really was. But I told her, I said, it's like not going to work on me because of the medicine that I'm already on, you know? But I could have totally been like, yeah, hook me up or something, you know? The old Nicole would have gotten that and sold it or traded it for something, you know, or done something stupid.
I just had it to coddle.
Yeah, but I said no. Walked out of there a free woman. And I have my baby. What are they going to give me? Am I going to feel pain because I'm on Suboxone? Oh, Sheila, no. You'll get an epidural. You get an epidural. Drinking alcohol, you're not supposed to drink alcohol and take Suboxone. Because they're both, depressants, respiratory depressants. Thanks, Jeannie. Thanks, Pixie. I'm proud of you, too. I'm proud of all of us. I'm proud of all of us. You guys totally give me the strength, okay? You guys are giving me the strength to come on here without a tooth in my mouth, okay? I wasn't going to go live for a week, okay? For a whole week, I wasn't going to go live. Let me show y'all why I'm live right now, okay? This is why I'm live right now.
I love you guys.
Okay. I made this post this morning after I got my tooth pulled. It says, this is one of the hardest experiences of my life. I'm in pain. My dentist is finding out exactly what my insurance covers. I have an appointment Friday. I have to go a whole week with no tooth. I cry my eyes out every time I look in the mirror. Please, if you have not been to the dentist, get your ass there ASAP. There are 284 comments on this fucking post. There's not one negative motherfucking comment on here. Every comment on here is telling me you're beautiful, and then you're sharing your experience with your teeth. I'll read a couple to you guys, okay? You look beautiful. Don't worry, it will all work out. My teeth are very bad. I want to fix mine so bad. Take this time to rest and do self-care. We all love and support you. See you when you get back. I know how you feel, babe. I personally can't afford to go to the dentist, and I have no insurance right now, and I'm missing both my top front teeth, and I'm so self-conscious over it. I never smile, or I cover my face if I'm around people, and I accidentally laugh. It's bad and really, really makes me hate myself for letting my teeth go so bad because of drugs. Okay, I tell you what, I'm so thankful that people don't look at me crazy because I wear my mask out in public. I'm so ashamed of my teeth, what's left. I have dental insurance, just working my nerve up to go. Nikki, at least you still have most of your teeth. Almost all of mine was ripped out when they did surgery last year. When they put that mouthpiece in my mouth, they ripped it off while I was still knocked out. When you want to cry, think of me. We are not our physical appearances. We have so much more to offer. The world than what we look like. Growth happens outside of our comfort zone. You're going to be okay, and I'll have dentures too. We will make it. And in the meantime, we will learn it's not what we look like, but what we have to give the world through sharing our stories. And then she showed me her whole toothless ass smile. Okay, I want you, listen, there's so many. You're beautiful inside and out. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I have issues with dental care from depression and chronic illness. Some days I'm lucky to get a shower. Some days it takes everything in me to eat. I know you're upset, but I hope the dentist has a great plan for you. I hope you can someday get the smile that you've dreamed of. I can't even look at myself in the mirror anymore. I'm in constant pain. Last time I went, they said insurance would pay most of it. Afterward, they said, oh no, you have to pay the whole bill. Someone messed up and blamed each other and said there was a clause that was overlooked. I appealed it, but it didn't do any good. It was a lot of work and money for what I had done too. I had a front top tooth fall out. I went 2 years with that. Being embarrassed, yes, but not being able to do anything about it. So, a lot of people on here, y'all, they couldn't do anything about it. Not because they weren't working, not because they were lazy. They were working their asses off, but that made it to where they couldn't afford to get insurance, right? And it's hard. It's hard. when you have to choose between dental care and eating, that's fucked up, right? Like, your health should be but that's how we are in the United States. It sucks. So anyway, needless to say, there was damn near 300 comments, and so many of them, sharing with me about their experience. And it just made me realize that, you know what? No matter what is going on in my life, I have to be grateful for what I have, even if it's me losing my one tooth, and yeah, that's what I learned from it, is that what I look like when I'm on a live stream doesn't fucking matter. What matters is what is coming out of my mouth, the words that I'm saying, and the help that I'm trying to offer to other people. People who focus on what I look like, if I'm playing with my hair, if I'm manic, if I'm putting lip gloss on, those people, they're not here for the right reasons. They're not here to learn. They're not here to recover, okay? They're here to fucking pick on people, and we don't want them around here no way, What? People are like that a lot, though, on Facebook, I've noticed. I don't really have that problem on TikTok, but I enjoy going live here more because I feel like we just have a tight community here, Okay, I gotta get some ice water. Gotta stop drinking out of the straw because I'm not supposed to.
I don't know if you're taking this or if it's just...
What, is it all gone? Why? Yeah, none of it matters. But anyways, I'm gonna get off here, y'all, because when I talk, it's like my tongue is rubbing because of the way my tongue is now against this tooth. This one is going to get pulled next. I go to the dentist on Friday. So say a prayer for me, okay, guys? And I will be live tomorrow, probably around like noon, and we can do makeup. Question. I have a really bad kidney stone and I have to have surgery. How should I go about pain? Because I will have a stent. Oh, if you have pain, are you on any medications? If you're an addict and you need to get pain management, you make a plan, okay? You find somebody you trust to give you those medication as they're prescribed. Okay, Christian? Oh, you're on subs? Okay, if you want to use pain medication and you're on subs, you can either stop you'll stop your Suboxone like 3 or 4 days before you go to the doctor. Or you need to ask the doctor that. You need to tell them you're on Suboxone so they can tell you what to do, but usually they have you stop taking it like 3 or 4 days ahead. Okay, I'm going to message you. Okay, Kristen? I love you guys, though, okay? I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm going to get off here and go do my skincare and go be manic some more. Love y'all.